All right, today we're going to dive into a really simple but honestly pretty profound idea. It's this: how can you make a positive impact on the world around you, maybe by not doing anything at all? Yeah, let's get into it. Seriously, think about it for a second. Have you ever walked into a room, a meeting, a party, whatever, and you just feel the whole mood shift? And it's all because of one person's quiet, calm energy? That's exactly the kind of power we're going to unpack today. Okay, so this one sentence, this is the entire source for our explainer today. That's it. But packed inside it is this massive philosophy of service. It's basically suggesting that our greatest contribution, it might not be what we do, but who we are from moment to moment. So to really get this, we've got to break down the core idea in that quote, right? This whole concept of your vibrations. What does that even mean? Let's figure it out. Okay, let's demystify this. Think of it like this. A vibration is just that unspoken energy you're constantly putting out there. It's the feeling people get just by being in the same room as you. Whether you're radiating stress or excitement or a real sense of calm. Your presence has a texture, a feeling to it. That is your vibration.
And this is where things get really interesting, because it's so different from how we usually think about service, right? We're all about service by doing, volunteering, helping out, taking action. And look, that stuff is absolutely crucial. But this philosophy, it offers a totally parallel path: service by being. And here, the focus completely shifts to your internal state and how that just radiates out into the world.
Okay, so if your presence is the tool, what's the fuel? You can't just wake up and decide to project positive energy, right? It doesn't quite work like that. Well, the quote is super specific about where this fuel actually comes from.
And here it is, the two essential states, peace and happiness. That's it. And notice how specific that is. It's not about just faking a good vibe or something. It's about genuinely, truly cultivating these two powerful feelings inside yourself first.
And this is the key connection right here. It means that taking time to cultivate your own inner peace, to find what makes you genuinely happy, that's not selfish. Not at all. In fact, according to this philosophy, it is the absolute foundation for being of service to anyone else. Your inner world literally creates your outer impact.
So, how do you do it? Well, this breaks it down into a pretty simple, achievable practice. Step 1, find that quiet center inside yourself. Step 2, connect with things that bring you real, authentic joy. And the final step? It's just to let it happen. You just allow that inner state to naturally radiate out. No forcing it. Okay, but how do you actually give this experience to other people? This is where we see a huge shift in thinking. We're moving away from the idea of action and towards something else completely. We're so programmed to think of giving as a transaction, right? I give you advice, I give you a hand, I give you a thing, but that's not what this is about. Not at all.
The shift is from a transaction to a transmission. See the difference? You're not trying to make someone feel peaceful. That's not your job. You are simply being peace, yourself, right there in their presence.
And that is the gift. That's the offering. Your own calm, happy, centered presence. It creates a kind of space, a space where other people can feel that same comfort and happiness, just because they're around you.
So what's the end game here? What's the result of all this? Well, the quote says it leads to a whole new identity. You become what it calls a true server. So let's break down what that really means. And this is the ultimate shift, really. Service stops being a checklist of things you do. It's not on your to-do list anymore. It becomes a core part of your identity. It's not something you do, it's just who you are. Look at the difference here. The traditional way of thinking about a server, it's all about action. The metric is how many tasks did you complete. It's a role you play, a job you do. But a true server? The focus is on being. And the metric? It's the presence that other people feel. It's not a role anymore. It's your identity. So, let's boil this all down. What are the big takeaways? First, and this is huge, your quiet presence has real, actual power. Second, working on your own inner peace, that's one of the most generous things you can possibly do for the people around you. And finally, true service, it doesn't start with what you do. It starts with who you choose to be. And that really leaves us with one last, very practical question. Because this isn't just a cool idea to think about, right? It's something you can actually live. So, as you go about your day-to-day, just ask yourself this: whose world am I going to brighten
just by being present.